Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new night point of view review. In front of us is the new Arteon Shooting Brake. Here's the key, and let's show you the nice gimmick on the rear. Beautiful LED lights filling in. If we unlock the cargo space, we can see massive 565 liters. This is 1632 according to my notes, because honestly I forgot from the top of my head. I've actually reviewed another car today, so better to be sure than to mix it up. Let's close it up, and just to walk to the front. This is the front look. We have LED lights. As you can see, turn signals are these are not matrix LED, but we're gonna test them, and we're sitting on, if I'm not mistaken, 19-inch alloys. We do have adaptive suspension, so we're gonna talk about inside how it feels. So let's get situated inside. Seatbelt on, safety first. Beautiful interior. We have comfort seats, and turn on the car. I'll come a little bit closer to my memorized position. The screen should turn on, at least it was turning on so far. There we have the clock. If we turn on the infotainment, actually we have few watch faces. If we turn on the infotainment, we always get this annoying message. Oops, sorry for that. Okay, let's demonstrate the radio, just a short. Can't play for too long, but the bass speakers are actually pretty solid and good. Wouldn't hurt to get a dyno audio, and then you get the amplifier, subwoofer, a lot better sound system. I'm gonna show you car consumption. So I was filming B-roll, so kind of went crazy here. A long-term 7.1. This is for the salesperson, and 6.4. I got it today 6.5, so that was pretty good, although it wasn't really driving economically. We're gonna do a consumption test anyway later, and I'm gonna add that into the end of the video. I'm gonna keep it on navigation, but to drive we are in comfort, and I'm gonna keep it that way. Well, I love comfort. Heading on. Car has a good turning angle, so let me just see here. I think I've locked everything up. So no, is this something not properly locked? Oh, that was it. Apologies. So you can see now the interior in night, completely dark. So I kind of forgot to mention the engine power. So we have 200 horsepower, diesel power. This is a 2.0 TDI, 200 horsepower, front wheel drive. Of course, you can get also the all-wheel drive with the 4Motion, but that's the one I reviewed in Salon, and over here we have only front wheel drive. So let's talk about comfort. There's some uneven parts here, and in comfort it's pretty solid. The adaptive suspension nicely evens out the small bumps and some manholes, but a bigger potholes, stuff like that, don't expect miracles. So I would definitely personally spec a lower tire dimension, something like 18-inch. That will give you more comfort, but people usually go for the looks and pick up something like 19 in this case. So transmission, we still have the 7-speed automatic. It's nice and smooth. Sometimes when you're going uphill and then suddenly downhill, it stays in high revs, so they really didn't work on that, so there's not really any change. The engine, I think, you know, it's enough power, but there's a little bit of turbo lag, and definitely when you want to punch it, you really need to, you know, push the throttle all the way. Otherwise, it's just it feels like there's a turbo lag if you're trying to gently, you know, accelerate faster. So or if you just want to start, if you want to launch this car, there's also, if you have, in order to launch it by holding both support paddles, holding the brake and the acceleration, you need to actually go into the infotainment and turn off the very unpractical, so you have to turn off the traction control off. Steering, well, the steering is, I would say, progressive in meaning of it depends on the driving mode. So if you have it in sport, it's going to give you more feedback, but if you have it in the comfort, it's going to be a lot smoother to turn it. So it's good, but I did notice a little problem today, and that was that was the little sound issue. So the lane assist was trying to keep me in the middle here, but we have constructions. I'm really not sure why they did this. I guess they're painting the side, so yeah, probably that's the reason. Anyways, lane assist is decent, but I've kind of got used to better stuff from Volkswagen, because today on the highway I was kind of doing a ping pong. It was bouncing me to the left and right, so I like lane keeping assist to keep me in the middle, not bounce me left and right. Some cars, I didn't have the problems with that. Some cars do have the problems with that. Wow, there's a motorcycle with 4 wheels. I've never seen that. I guess there's a first for everything. So as you can see, the engine easily speeds up. We're going to come to the highway, so I'm going to speed up to 150, which is legal here in Croatia. Why? Because we have 10% tolerance inside the city here, and then another 10% on the highway. If you're new to the channel, just an FYI. Overview around the car is well, excellent in my opinion. Even if you need to turn and check your blind spot, despite the sport seat, it's quite good. And the handling is also pretty solid. Of course, I would prefer the all-wheel drive, but this car is pretty stable as well. If you are a little bit aggressive, if you're too aggressive, electronics will just pull you back, so no worries there. The back end doesn't stick out, and I must say these road markings are fairly new, and these LED in person very good. We're gonna come to outside the city, so I'm gonna show you in the pitch black. I'm filming on my GoPro but 9, but we're gonna also demonstrate to you the iPhone 12 camera, which has the night mode, so it's the closest thing because it has a better sensor for the night. Yeah, and comfort. So this car, you have to have in mind, this particular car is kind of low sitting position. It is lower, and if you're a tall person such as myself, 2 meters tall or 6.6, I would advise you to lay low in the car. Just find a comfortable low sitting position. If you're trying to, if you have a habit of sitting higher, you're gonna get some back pain eventually, lower back pain. So the seats are good, and they do have a lumbar support, but I just figured out if I'm sitting lower, it feels better. So at least in my case. So practicality. This car has touch buttons. I'd prefer the classical buttons, but I guess once you get used to this, it's not a huge deal. The AC, although I love the layout, it looks very nice. I would say it's not as practical as the physical dials, but it is more practical than the one in Volkswagen Golf 8 or I don't know, Volkswagen ID cars. So I do like this. This is like in the TIG one, and I do like that. So, and in general, if you've driven German cars like Audi, Volkswagen, actually Volkswagen Group cars, so Volkswagen, Audi, Seat, and Skoda, you're gonna get very familiar. Everything is laid out the way it's supposed to be. The cruise control, I honestly haven't played too much with it, but it works okay. It doesn't have the adaptive, so I would definitely advise you, if you're spending a lot of time on the highway, to get that, because it is very practical. Actually, no, I'm lying, excuse me. This has the adaptive cruise control, but it didn't have the feature to adjust the speed according to the speed limit, so I had to adjust it manually. But yeah, I recommend, if you're spending a lot of time on the road, to get those assistants, and because they save you, they save you from the accidents, potential accidents, and also when you're in rush hour or just high traffic, it's just a lot more helpful. It keeps the distance, lowers the speed and stuff like that. I don't have that in my car. I might be getting a new car soon, so I'm looking forward to getting those features as well. It's like we have a luck with red lights tonight, but we are going to join the highway, and I'm gonna be for a short, just a little bit quiet so you can hear the road noise. Although I think today I was driving, it was fairly not too loud at 130 and probably below that, but if you're going higher speed like 150, there is a little bit more window noise in the cabin, but I would say the soundproof in the cabin is overall good, probably in those segment of cars that have a better soundproof. I forgot, actually, we have it auto hold, so that's a nice feature, so you can rest your foot. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, sometimes the camera doesn't respond to my commands, or I wasn't too loud enough, apparently. But we got the light. So yeah, the camera is mounted so I can see the road. It's not obstructing my vision, and I'm using the voice command so I don't have to touch it. So it's 100% safe and 100% legal, at least in my country. I've checked it out. So the LED lights are excellent, and have in mind I was in comfort. I'm gonna switch it now to sport. Punch it all the way. actually hit that 20% threshold, but we're gonna keep it in the comfort. Long beam. Whoa, that's really bright. So we do have, if you push towards the screen, the turn signal lever, have automatic long beam. Now let's engage that cruise control. So ACC doesn't work in my country. That's very discriminating. So 100 kilometers per hour, good soundproof. Asphalt is very rough here, so even with summer tires it's kind of noisy. Switching to 110. Don't worry, no one's behind us. 120, so you can just hear the sound. And 130. That's an automatic long beam, but it turned off because of the incoming traffic from the other side. Going 140. There's 100 here because of the overpass. Instructions in 2 kilometers, but we'll exit before that. So I'm not braking, the car is braking. And the long beam is automatic. So it kind of turns on for the, I guess, the signs. So overall, the car is generally very nice, well built, and considering the new cars from Volkswagen, that's debatable when it comes to build quality, the materials they choose. Like the Golf 8 feels a little bit cheaper in the ID3, but this feels more posh. But problem with this car is it comes to Audi prices almost, so you have to be really Volkswagen fan in order to want this car. Now we have here also a speed limiter, so we have to press the, let me see here, limiter. Okay, oops, actually not that. Front assist on, I want that. Limiter, speed limiter. So now if we press plus, so yeah, we're here at 80. So it's not gonna allow us to go, well, it shouldn't allow us to go beyond, oh, it's actually not on. Now it's on. So I kind of accidentally pressed that music there. So that's why I don't like these touch buttons. So now it's on, so the limiter is limiting my speed. So if you're traveling in a country like Austria, which is really strict and has a lot of speeding traps, speed traps, then you should be safe. I'm trying to add a 10%, but it's not allowing. It just keeps going up 10 kilometers. I want 88, but you can, oh, okay, you just press reset so you can adjust it up. Now I have 10%, but I'm at my traffic light. No worries, I'm in the middle lane because there's no one behind me. It's like past midnight. I would otherwise drive in the right lane or in the middle if I'm a little bit faster, on the left if I'm really fast. Limiter off. One thing I dislike is that you either have to have the limiter on or the ACC. So why I can't have both makes no sense. I mean, no car is perfect, but I'm still pretty satisfied with this the way it is. You can change here views. You can have compass. You can have this additional information in the classic. There is an option here to switch the map into the middle, and then you can have like a big map, and then you only have the compass, but you can, I don't know, have a radio here, media or something else. But you can see how that looks now. But I don't know, it's personal preference, I guess. So if you want to put it back, you just have to tap here. You can also have a speed here as well, but you have to find it in the settings. Yeah, and I really like graphics from the Volkswagen day and night view, but I think they should add like Google Maps. I mean, it's for now reserved for Audi, but it'd be nice if Volkswagen would add this to other brands, like its own Volkswagen, or maybe Skoda, Seat, maybe in the future. Ooh, look at that Model X on the side there. I don't see those every day. So we are at a remote road, and we do have street lights, and there's going to be part where there's no street lights, and then again street lights, and then no street lights. So we're going to show you the performance of the LED headlights. Automatic beam is still on. There we go. So the matrix has that pattern that like shrinks and widens. This just goes on and off. Now we're gonna stop here because there's no one behind us. I'm gonna switch it to sport, and we're going to go to the car settings, ESP off. Hold the brake, plus and minus, throttle all the way. Let go of the brake. And that should be around just a little bit below 8 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Official time is 7.9. Putting back to comfort. So this is just for the demonstration. Don't do this at home or on a road. So there we go. I'm gonna stop here, show you the LED headlights. I'm just gonna come to the side because there's a storage unit, so there's occasional traffic even at a late hour. Normal beam, long beam, it's pretty good in person. I'm gonna pull the iPhone out. So here's the iPhone camera. Just gonna go a little bit forward, and you can see normal beam and then the long beam. So that's pretty solid. So if we start moving and where there's no traffic lights, once you pass 30, the long beam turns on, and then if you slow down, it shrinks back. So you can see some points of interests, like some restaurants in front, parking lots. You can see the in the middle the navigation, and just see if I can switch the view. That's very simple. Minimalist.
Attention, time restricted road ahead.
So the navigation isn't updated. Doesn't have the tunnel underneath the roundabout, which is almost 1 year old, but a lot of cars just didn't update that, or a lot of navigations. Now we're heading to the garage. We're gonna end the video. You can still see the car in a little bit different lighting in this tunnel. I'm not even using the throttle, it's just going downhill and speeding.
Please keep right in 400 meters towards Strachna Lucar.
You also have
Right towards Strachna Lucar.
3D buildings. And I've got my thumbnail. So everyone, here's my consumption test. Only 33 kilometers today or tonight, but we got a 4.0 consumption. I believe if you keep going further you can get lower, so my average was 62 kilometers per hour. I was driving between 60 and 80, a little bit 90 on the highway, but there we go. That's the nice consumption you can get with this car. So my verdict, should you buy it, should you skip it? Well, I would say you should consider it. Arteon Shooting Brake is a nice car, well made, spacious. It is a little bit sporty, and in the future electric cars are coming. You can even see by Volkswagen definitely that they are serious. It's happening, it's just a matter of time. So I think Volkswagen said that they will discontinue this car in the future. So if you really want, thank you. So if you really want something that drives on fossil fuels and it looks nice, then you should consider this car. If you're looking for a efficiency, I would definitely recommend the plug-in hybrid, because with that you can get crazy consumption, really low. Then your car is going to be like a lighter, and you can always charge in charging stations. There's going to be more and more of those. So it's nice that this mirror dips down. I do prefer watching the mirrors instead of backing cameras, but this car, with all the packages, someone didn't spec the reverse camera. Now, gotta check your surroundings for safety and align the line, and now we're perfect, and we can reverse. So I think this should be it. So everyone, get a goodbye message here, trip information, and that's it. Don't forget your smartphones inside the car, keyless, key fobs, and I hope I'm gonna see you in the next video. Feel free to browse the channel, there's a lot of videos. If you're new and stumble upon the channel, click the subscribe button and the little bell to get notifications when I upload new videos. So before the lights turn off, I hope they're not gonna do that before I go around the car. They did. So there you go, just a little look in the garage with different lighting. Just gorgeous. The Arteon Shooting Brake is just a gorgeous car. I really love it. It's a unique car, and this is just so cool, the gimmick. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay safe on the road as always, and at home. Bye.